breach of confidentiality. As humans, we all have a right to privacy, and when we entrust our information to other people, we want them to respect that right. It's critical that sensitive data and information that we give to others to keep securely is kept securely so that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands or go to an unintended recipient. This is important not only for a civil aspect, so respecting the rights of others personally and professionally, but also sometimes from a regulatory perspective. Lots of countries across the world have specific laws relating to the privacy and storage of data, information and intellectual property, so you want to make sure that you comply with these at all times, as often fines can be very hefty. Breach of copyright. This is where you've accidentally used somebody else's what we call intellectual property, and you've taken that and you've used it in your own business without their permission. This could result in a claim against you, and I'll give you an example. So we have a website designer who's used to photograph as images on their client's website without getting permission from the owner of the image, and the owner of the image in this case is usually the photographer. If they've used an image without permission, this is a breach of copyright and could be sued. Very often these are very innocent mistakes. For example, if we download images from the internet, if we use Google Images for example, unless we check that something is copyright free and we reproduce it in our own work and try to pass it off as our own work, that actually is false, and a claim could be brought against you, and these claims can often be very, very costly. Loss of or damage to data or documents being held. So when business documents or data is lost, you as an owner company could face a number of difficulties. Trade secrets could fall into the hands of competitors, customers' data could be compromised by no longer being private and protected and now publicly available, and historical records could be lost, with either an expensive exercise to reconstruct the data, or they could be permanently lost at all. You could have no chance of replicating your historical data, and claims in this area could be very, very expensive. You might want to consider an IT cloud provider and a data management company. So consider these kind of organisations. They have a huge responsibility for a huge amount of data often. And imagine if they lost the customer's data due to poor systems maintenance, or if they didn't have adequate cyber insurance or cyber protections in place and their systems were hacked due to a security breach. The company could be open to professional indemnity claims from customers who've entrusted them with data, and this could prove to be very expensive. Another example could be an accountancy firm who've kept their clients' invoices and data to prepare tax returns to send to the authorities, but they've lost critical papers by not storing them in waterproof storage. The customer could be in breach of a tax return deadline or be unable to supply required documentation at all, and if that customer is then fined as a result, they would be looking to sue the data storage company or the accountant in this case. This would be a negligent act, and all professional indemnity claims are hinged on negligence, so it's very important. Loss of money and or goods. So if you're entrusted with money or goods for safekeeping or services and you subsequently lose them, you could be sued. An example of this would be a dry cleaner who accepts a tuxedo from a customer to clean for a very important event, but the dry cleaner mixes up the tickets and receipts and returns the suit to the wrong customer. In this example, the owner of the tuxedo could sue the dry cleaner for the cost of the suit, but they may also look to seek some damages in the event that they had to purchase another suit at the last minute, or if they couldn't attend the event due to not being able to purchase another suit in time, and as such suffered a financial loss due to non-attendance.